Hi everyone. So first of all, I apologize. I wasn't able to provide this clarification a little early because I was feeling not okay. I was sick. That's why you haven't seen me active as I was before. However, I'm recuperating well, and today I decided to record this short clip to explain our final submission. So some of you asked me, what are we going to present at the end? What will be our submission? In fact, your submission will be these three milestones. Remember, we've been working on this research project from the beginning up to now, and we've been covering sections of our research project, and those sections are milestone 1, 2, and 3. So initially, we had milestone 2 that required you to determine the sample and statistical analysis. However, I decided to change to another milestone which required you to do data visualization. We don't really need to select a sample if we are using big data. So you don't really need to have or to talk about the sample. And so I decided to remove this section which wasn't meaningful and required you to do data visualization, which you started after learning how to do visualizations by using Excel and Tableau. So now our milestone 3 is the same, and therefore your final submission should include all these 3 milestones. But I don't want you to write milestone 1, 2, and 3, but all you need to do is to provide the full document of your research project. So all you're going to start with will be the topic or the research topic, and please design the front page where you're going to provide the topic, who did it, for whom. Probably you can put your professor's name and the program that you are in at CUNY. Once you have designed the front page of your research project, then inside or the second page should include introduction, a brief introduction about your research project. Then you need to justify your research project. Why did you decide to do this research project? And for instance, here you can see that you can pose the question. So showing that you're looking for something, like in this case, we are looking for the causes of obesity in America. So then you need to justify your research project. You can determine the appropriate study, which you guys did in milestone 1. And so you can also show the research strategy which you have used. So that's all you can do from milestone 1, which you have done already. And now that's all you need to organize yourself into within your submission. Now, the next step, explain your data. Where did you get data and the kind of data that you have obtained? But please don't include the whole data, but you can provide the link to the sources of your data. Like here, it can come from Kaggle or makeovermonday.co.uk or from any other source. And so if you can provide the link to the data, then that will be okay. Please don't post your data. After you have done so, then you can embark on data visualizations, which you created in milestone 2. So in this case, you may have a number of visualizations which you, if you did by using Excel, will be okay, or if you used Tableau, that will also be okay. I would prefer Tableau because that's what actually many companies are using, and so you can use both Excel and Tableau. But all we need is some visualizations which can explain, which can justify your research project. Some people have asked me, how many visualizations should I create? It all depends. You can create as many visualizations. And as I mentioned before, please come up with different visualizations. Don't just use one type of visualizations up to the end. We have a number of them like line charts, column, bar charts, scatter plot, and so forth. So use varieties of visualizations that can explain your data to respond to your research problem. So we have done this, and I'm sure you have a number of visualizations. Now it is for you to bring this into your document. So remember, before you had used PowerPoints to explain your visualizations. However, in your final submission, if you are using Word document and you have started with Word document from the beginning, then keep on using the Word document. So you can copy your visualizations into the document and explain them the way you explained before. You don't have to do anything, but here you can bring what you have done, just do some improvements if you have to, and make sure that at least everything is narrative. Now, after you have done this, the next thing is the analysis, which is project milestone 3. As I have said, you don't have to say milestone 3, but this will be the topic where you're going to do the analysis of analysis of your data. So remember, we have learned a number of statistical analysis. So we did descriptive analysis. So you can apply what we have learned in the descriptive analysis in your project. And also we did some other analysis. For instance, we learned correlation, regression analysis, and also ANOVA, one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. So whatever we have learned in data analysis, you can actually apply to your research project. You don't have to do a two-way ANOVA if you don't really need it in your data. You don't have to do one-way ANOVA as well if that cannot apply to your data. But descriptive analysis is something that you can apply, or regression analysis is also something that you can apply to your data. So find correlation, regression analysis, do some descriptive analysis as well, and see what you have applied. So I'm not going to limit you in your analysis. You can apply more analysis as you want. Remember, this is your project, and feel free to do more than what we have learned if you have that knowledge. If you don't, then please apply the statistical analysis that we have learned and interpret your data and be able to present the results. So here we have what you need to do. But as I said before, we created PowerPoint's presentation. Now, if you want to put everything in a PowerPoint, that will be wonderful. But if you don't really want to use PowerPoint and use Word document, feel free to do so. There is one student who asked me if he or she can submit final in Excel. I have no objection. You can actually put everything in Excel, and that will be wonderful. So just feel free either to use Word document, PowerPoint, or Excel. So that's all. And one more thing that you may add is please provide conclusion of your study. And that's all. So if you have any other questions, please don't feel shy to ask. You have my number. My number is 603-203-3017. Please reach me at any time. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. Thank you.